Canada has officially joined the Security Action for Europe program, otherwise known as SAFE. It's part of the plan to rearm Europe to make the continent less reliant on American defense technology and funding.
Canada just made a move almost no one saw coming, and it may be one of the most significant geopolitical steps the country has taken in years. It happened quietly, without drama, without headlines, but the consequences will echo through Canada's economy, national security, and alliances for decades. For the first time in history, the European Union has invited a non-EU country to join its enormous new defense pact. That country is Canada. This agreement, known as SAFE, the Security and Defense Action for Europe, is Europe's long-term plan to rebuild, expand, and modernize its entire military-industrial system in response to a rapidly changing world. SAFE is not a symbolic partnership. It is a giant. It represents more than 150 billion euros in immediate procurement and over 1.3 trillion euros in long-term opportunities over the next decade. It is the same pact the United Kingdom tried to join and was rejected from. The EU said no to London, but it said yes to Ottawa. Canadian officials were categorical the moment the deal was confirmed. This was no big news. It was what put Canada back in a European defense system in the first place. It puts Canadian firms, Canadian employees, and Canadian technology in the heart of the European rearmament program. Canada has finally made it into SAFE after months of silent talks in Brussels. But why Canada? Why now? And what will this do to the national relations of the country, to the United States, to Europe, to its own future national defense? We need to take ourselves back in time to consider the strained geopolitical atmosphere that was forcing Europe to restructure its entire security system. The invasion of Ukraine by Russia changed the strategic situation in Europe. There has been a loss of military stockpiles on the continent. The shortage of ammunition has reached serious levels. Even those countries that believed the world was stable are preparing to face the prospect of a prolonged conflict or an unpredictable flashpoint. And with countries scurrying to build new arsenals, Europe is seeking suppliers capable of delivering, being depended upon, and scaling. This is where Canada comes into play. Canadian officials stressed that SAFE gives Canada direct access to Europe's defense market, something previously impossible when they discussed the deal. It allows Canadian businesses to send ammunition, drones, advanced artillery systems, armored vehicles, infantry weapons, radar systems, sensor technology, and the latest military technologies directly into Europe's supply chain. That means that billions of dollars in private investment are coming into Canada. There are new jobs in aerospace, robotics, advanced engineering, and manufacturing. New chains of supply, new strategic power. One official put it, "This will bring in a lot of private investment to Canada and give Canada reliable European partners for its own defense needs." Another official said plainly that Canada is now the only country in the world outside of the EU that has ever been asked to join Europe's defense structure. Even more surprising, they said the UK had tried to join SAFE, but failed, despite its long history, strong ties, and having once been a member of the EU. Canada did what Britain could not. This is more than economics. It is a strategic realignment. Yet joining SAFE comes with questions. Reporters immediately asked how much Canada would have to pay to participate. Is it hundreds of millions? Billions? The government refused to disclose numbers and said negotiations are still underway. Meanwhile, news leaked in Europe that the UK reportedly walked away from SAFE after being told it would need to pay a £6 billion entrance fee. Canada, however, was accepted and is finalizing its costs in private. So why did Europe choose Canada? The reasons are clear when you look beneath the surface. First, Canada is seen as a stable, reliable long-term partner. Europe wants consistent suppliers, not governments that reverse policies every election cycle. Canada is predictable. That matters when the stakes involve ammunition, missiles, and military infrastructure. Second, Canada has quietly become a leader in defense technology. Canadian drone systems, radar capabilities, armored vehicles, next-generation steel production, and advanced alloys are respected globally. Europe wants suppliers who can produce high-quality